Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So Hollywood's biggest night has come and gone, and it did not disappoint. From instantly iconic red carpet fashion, to a surprising performance, to a win that broke a 92-year streak, here's everything you need to know about the 2020 Oscars. As always, we're going to start off with the red carpet fashion. The Oscars are the last major award show of award season, so it's pretty much go big or go home. And guys, the looks were so good. There were so many sparkly looks on the red carpet, and I was loving it. For example, Janelle Monáe's gorgeous Ralph Lauren hooded gown. I mean, she looked like $1 million in a dress that probably cost about that much, seeing as she was rocking about 170,000 Swarovski crystals. Talk about bling. Another glittery look that I loved was Scarlett Johansson's metallic Oscar de la Renta gown. While the bottom portion of it was kind of your typical satin award show gown, the bodice was absolutely incredible. It was a nude netted corset with sparkly fringe all over it, and like, why wasn't this in my closet yesterday? Honorable mention in the sparkle category goes to Cynthia Erivo, who stepped out on the carpet in a stunning structured Versace gown. It was absolutely gorgeous, and she looked incredible. While I'm talking about my favorite looks of the night, I also have to talk about Billie Eilish. I know, I'm just as surprised as you guys. So while she usually steps out in a variation on the same kind of look, you know, the baggy two-set thing she always has going on, I was really surprised that she kind of slightly deviated from her typical look. Slightly is the key word, but she had on an all-white Chanel number, and I thought she looked great. I mean, it was a perfect combination of her typical style, and she glammed it up a little bit. She had the hair back and a updo. I mean, I don't know why I was so obsessed with the look, but I really kind of was. It was great. Oh yeah, one more cool girl look before I forget. I thought that Zazie Beetz looked absolutely amazing, and something that was also super edgy and cool for the Oscars carpet. She had on a Tom Brown cord sequin black set. It was amazing. The top was a corset with fringe at the bottom, and then it was a midi skirt. And I mean, like I said, it was very edgy for the Oscars, but I loved every minute of it. And I'm like, I would wear that any day, and I need it right now. Now, like I said, the Oscars are the time to go big or go home. That being said, some of the looks on the red carpet might have been better off being left at home. Case in point, Blac Chyna's look. The reality star showed up in a plunging black velvet gown with blue fringe detail and a thigh-high slit. So quite a bit going on. In addition to her puzzling look, people were also a little bit confused as to why she was even there in the first place, because she wasn't nominated and she wasn't presenting. So, you know, just a lot of questions surrounding Blac Chyna for Oscars night. Another celeb who failed to dress to impress, in my opinion, was Laura Dern. I really love her as an actress, and clearly the Academy does too. More on that later. But I just was not loving this Armani number. I feel like if she had either gone with the all pink or the all black, one of those dresses could have worked for her, but merged together with the fringe detail coming off the bodice, it just wasn't happening for me, which is really disappointing. I mean, she killed it all award season. She was getting all the awards. She was topping all the best dress lists. She looked incredible. And then it was kind of her last hurrah, and I mean, I wasn't impressed, and I'm really disappointed that she had to go out this way. But I mean, at least she didn't go home empty-handed. So I could talk about the fashion all day because there was so much to see. But there was also so much to talk about from the actual award show. So let's get to that right now. To kickstart the show, Janelle Monáe ditched her glittery gown in favor of Mr. Rogers' iconic red cardigan, and things only got better from there. The singer performed an Alicia Keys Grammy-esque intro, acknowledging all the big nominees of the night. And then behind her, there were dancers dressed as characters from the night's biggest movies. To complete the absolute perfection that was the opening, Janelle Monáe went out into the audience and shoved her mic in the face of multiple Hollywood A-listers like Brad Pitt and Brie Larson, and had them sing a few bars of the song with her in front of their peers, and I mean, it was incredible. Side note, it was during the opening that I discovered who had the absolute best seat in the entire house: Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriend, Camila Morrone. She was sandwiched between Leo and Brad Pitt for the entire night. I mean, can you get any luckier? The first major award of the night went to Brad Pitt for Best Supporting Actor for his role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It actually marked Brad's first ever Oscar win for acting. He did receive a producing award back in 2014 for 12 Years a Slave, but as far as acting goes, this was a monumental night for him. Sadly, Jennifer Aniston was not in attendance, but like I said, still a very important night. Laura Dern also took home her first Academy Award at the 2020 Oscars, winning for Best Supporting Actress for her role in Netflix's Marriage Story. After a few of the awards were given out, the performances began. So this is how it goes. Every year throughout the show, all of the songs that are nominated for Best Original Song are performed, leading up to the time the category winner is announced. And so this year, all the performances were so close together that I felt like if you flipped to the channel at the correct time, you might have thought that you were at the Grammys. One performance in particular felt a lot more like a Grammys performance than an Oscars performance, and it was a surprise performance by Eminem. After a video montage appeared on the screen of a bunch of songs that will forever be tied to certain movies, Eminem popped up on the stage, and the audience was equal parts confused and thrilled. The rapper performed Lose Yourself from 8 Mile, and truly everyone went wild. While at first it seemed like the sole purpose of Eminem's performance was to wake everybody up so they could make it through the second half of the award show, it was actually a performance that was long overdue. After his performance, Eminem tweeted, "Look, if you had another shot, another opportunity, thanks for having me, Academy. Sorry it took me 18 years to get here." So what's he talking about? As it turns out, back in 2003, Eminem actually won for Best Original Song for Lose Yourself, but he didn't show up at the awards ceremony. So he said it was 18 years late. It was actually 17, but regardless, we love a good full circle moment. Another performance that seemingly mesmerized the audience, Billie Eilish's cover of the Beatles' song Yesterday during the In Memoriam section of the show. As she began the hauntingly beautiful rendition of the popular song, Kobe Bryant was the first picture to appear on the screen. So in the comment section of my last video, which was the Grammys recap, a lot of you guys told me that you didn't really know who Billie Eilish was, or you don't really listen to her music, and I'm just wondering if maybe the Oscars performance maybe swayed you to like her music a little bit more, or like her a little bit more. So if you guys watched the show, let me know what you think about Billie Eilish now. The night rounded out with Renee Zellweger taking home Best Actress for her role as Judy Garland in Judy, and Joaquin Phoenix snagged Best Actor for his role as Arthur in Joker. The winners in the top categories didn't come as a huge surprise, seeing as the core four of Laura Dern, Brad Pitt, Joaquin Phoenix, and Renee Zellweger really dominated their respective categories this entire award season. While the majority of those top categories were seemingly no-brainers, there was a pleasant surprise for the biggest award of the night. For the first time in 92 years, an international film took home Best Picture. That was Parasite. The film's director also took home Best Director earlier in the night. However, one really uncool moment of the monumental win was when the lights were dimmed on the Parasite cast and crew as they were accepting their award. What probably happened was the Oscars were trying to wrap things up because they were going almost half an hour over their 3-hour time slot, but that's still totally no excuse. Thankfully, the audience decided to protest that, and the lights were eventually brought back up, and the Parasite cast and crew were given their rightful time to shine. Now, I haven't had the chance to watch Parasite just yet. I know, slack. But I mean, after all of the critical acclaim that this movie has received over the course of award season, it's definitely a must-see for me as we finish out award season. All right, guys, that's all that I have for you today. For those of you who have stuck with me throughout award season, thanks so much for watching. And for those of you who have just joined us, don't worry, I'll still be covering entertainment news, so make sure to subscribe and turn on that notification button. But for now, I'm your very trusty source.